Fresh TV's coverage of Cine Gear 2009 is brought to you by Cinovate. Show the world. Kessler Crane, taking video to a higher level. Cinemec, film tools designed by professionals for professionals.
While Fresh TV was at NAB 2009, one of the things we noticed was a trend towards 3D filmmaking. There's post tools that are coming out, and there are more and more affordable options out there for stereoscopic rigs. We're here talking with Carl with 3D Film Factory, and they're showing us a really interesting rig here. It's a 3D filmmaking rig for indie filmmakers. Carl, what can you tell us about this?
Well, it's a simple split beam rig design for subject matter that's 15 feet or less. As you get closer, what happens is the cameras need to get closer as the subject gets closer. So with a split beam rig, the two cameras actually start to share the same image area. So one camera is shooting through the glass, unobstructed, and the other camera is shooting in front of the glass, and they start to share the same image space. So we can actually move the camera. See, you can actually see the reflection as they move clocer and further apart.
And that's changing the interocular?
Interaxial.
Axial?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interocular is your eyes. Interaxial is the camera distances.
Okay.
And then we use some Duvetine and gaffer's tape and close off some of the gaps just to kind of block out as much light as possible.
And now this rig is configurable for any number of small format HD film HD cameras, right?
Yes, a wide range of Sony, Panasonic, Canon type prosumer cameras.
Now, why would you use the G ones here? We were talking about Genlock earlier before.
Because they're one of the only cameras in the class that are Genlockable. The EX3s are, from Sony are Genlockable, so you want to Genlock your cameras so you're shooting the same thing.
The same. Start, stop,
yes, exactly.
All the frames are.
Yeah, we've got some devices that actually synchronize the start and stop, but the Genlock means the frames are locked and the camera's moving at the same speed. So when you get to Final Cut or in post, you've got the same thing at the same time, right?
Gotcha.
What we have here on the right is just called the Lang-Shepard device, and that actually synchronizes the zoom in, zoom out on the camera and the start and stop. So you just plug one into one camera, one into the left camera, right camera, and it basically serves as a start-stop zoom. This is a screen scope device that we use. We don't make these either. We don't make either of these devices, but this is great for when you're out in the field. You need to actually be real-time viewing. You can put two small monitors side by side, one for left camera, one for right. Use this device. It separates your eyes, and it'll make it one and make it in stereo. Believe it or not, when people do it, the first thing they go is, "Whoa, it's stereo! I can't believe two." It's amazingly simple.
So, I mean, it's just taking my eyes and pushing them over a little right and a little left.
Exactly. Now, what this is also good for is when you're editing in Final Cut Pro, a lot of times you don't want to do an anaglyph output to see how it looks, to kind of test what you've got. Yeah. You just want to do a side-by-side, left camera, right camera, right. And you use this, and it gives you a much better looking. anaglyph kind of screws the picture up, and it messes, that colorization really screws with your eyes in the picture. Anyway, this is much cleaner. I much prefer this. I am always doing this in post, and my editors use these things, screen scopes.
Excellent monitoring solutions for 3D.
They're simple little kind of things we've learned over time that save money and time. They're cheap. That's a $40 device. This, unfortunately, is about $200.
That's nothing, though. I mean, for the cost of 3D filmmaking in general.
You just need the cable. This. You can get two little monitors, and you're ready to go.
Very cool.
So.
Now, I understand you also have some rigs for side-by-side stereoscopic filmmaking as well. Is that right?
We've got some smaller rigs right here. They're just side-by-side. Once you get out beyond the 15 feet, you can use what's called a split beam rig, and a side-by-side rig, and it's just a simple rig where the two cameras. You could put reds on this one if you wanted to. I mean, feel how heavy that thing is right there. Yeah. That's a heavy piece. That's a chunk of material. I mean, if you smacked it against the side of the building, it would hurt your hand, right? And you lock these.
I can see that supporting a couple reds.
Oh yeah, you lock that in place. This holds a couple 100 pounds, and the two cameras right here, and we've got mounts that mount to the tripod, and it's just a simple rig. So anything about 12 or 15 feet out, big views, vistas, wide shots, you're going to use a side-by-side rig.
Now,
side-by-side.
The side-by-side rig and the SB, what kind of price point are we looking at? Ship dates? Like, when are these products coming out?
They're out right now. We just started making these. We just started making them for the public about a month ago. We've been shooting with them for about 2 years, and we decided, it's kind of dawned on us, hey, we should be selling these things. We should kind of propagate 3D, and we're trying to keep it around a little longer this time. So we want people to get out there and shoot stuff and create content. But it takes about a week or two to get one. You can go to our website, 3dfilmfactory.com. You can just do a Google search for 3D rigs. You'll see us. This is $2,500 right here, plus shipping, and this is $500 right here plus shipping, and they're all warranted. And
Wow.
our smallest one is $349. For that, that's great for small prosumer cameras like the Sony you're using right now. Would be fine for that.
Well, it's good to see you guys bringing out products that make 3D filmmaking actually affordable for indies. That's awesome.
Right. Yeah, when you look around some of the other rigs, hey, there's some great rigs out there by several other companies, but they just started around $30,000 and up, and that's a little daunting for an indie filmmaker. I'm a filmmaker. You know, I have a movie coming out next week.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's my 4th feature film I've written and directed called Skid Marks, so I'm going to plug that right now. Skid Marks. Go to IMDb, look it up. Skid Marks.
All right. Yeah. Carl, I appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks, buddy.